Hello YouTube, this is Chelsea the Destroyer. Today we're gonna watch another Jaiden animation about Jaiden's obsession with Hatsune Miku. Yeah, so grab your snackies, grab your bevies. Let me know what you're eating or drinking down below. Let me know how you feel about Hatsune Miku. Do you even know who Hatsune Miku is? Do you know the drama around the Miku Expo? Because that's a lot. There's a lot going on there. I got feelings and opinions about it. I might share them later depending on how this video goes. Anyway, let's get to watching.
Music is a huge part of our society. It brings people together, lets you express yourself in new and creative ways, can even help you get through tough times. Personally, for me, I don't get it. I'm sorry, I've honestly never been a big music person. I know, throw me into a volcano. I would just rather watch YouTube videos. I don't know, I like the constant flashing colors and pictures, I think. Like, I don't hate music. For the most part, I could honestly listen to anything, but that's kinda it, you know? Nothing stands out to me and I don't go out of my way to listen to it. If any-
Wild. I can't relate to that entirely, but... No, yeah, sorry, I'm eating a cookie. So she went to a fancy Miku concert in Japan. Like, she mentioned that in her, like, going to Japan thing. But the Miku concert in Japan before Expo also had the fucking LCD screen and not the acrylic screens. It was just blended into the stage better than the ones at Miku Expo, so...
Anyone out there is like me, you understand the pain of when a conversation starts turning towards the topic of music. You know exactly what's coming, and you're helpless to stop it. There's nothing you can do. It's already in motion. The person you're talking...
For me, it's not music, it's like D&D and shit. It's like when someone goes off about D&D and I'm just like, okay.
to opens their mouth and you wince as they say it. So what kind of music do you listen to? Oh, I don't really listen to music. Like, not at all. Nah, maybe like some video game music every once in a while, but that's kind of it. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. And after that conversational stumbling, the person starts talking about the music they like, and you have to stand there and take it. Oh, that sounds cool. I should give it a listen. You're just lying through your teeth, not being convinced in the slightest, and will immediately forget every piece of information they tried to feed you. Even if I wanted to look it up later, my brain goes, get this out of here immediately. We've got to make room for the 4-hour-long video essay about Freddy Fazbear. Basically, I don't connect to music the way the majority of people do, and no one, including me, is happy about it. Look, I've tried to contribute in my own way, but no one else listens to the Mario Kart Cheeseland theme in their free time. It's good, no one believes me. Now, on a completely unrelated note, a while ago I wanted to get into a hobby that was fun and active at the same time because I do not move if not incentivized to, and that's not good. I'd like to still be
fucking just same. I also don't move. I'm like a potato. I just, you know, there's like that TikTok that's like, for every girl that is rotting, there is a little kitty rotting beside her. I'm that. Yeah, I got like 2 cats that like to rot by me, so yeah.
Fully functional at the age of 30. So after a bit of soul searching and digging around in the old ideas jar, I decided to try out DDR. I got a dance pad, downloaded some fun video game songs and anime intros to Dance Dance Revolution 2, and I got really into it. It was the most active I've been since high school. I was doing cardio for hours on end. Who am I? After playing my batch of custom songs for a few months, I decided to download some more stuff, and that's when I casually thought to myself, I wonder if there's any good Vocaloid charts. Now, to start a completely new tangent again, Vocaloid is a voice synthesizer program, yada yada yada. Basically, it's robot voices you can control to write songs, and there's different characters based on what voice you use. The most common example, you know her, you love her, is Hatsune Miku. Yep, strap in folks, we're finally talking about Hatsune Miku, my beloved. My history with Hatsune Miku is a bit all over the place. I first got really into her in high school. I don't remember exactly how, but I probably just stumbled onto some of her popular songs while browsing YouTube one day. Either way, I was obsessed, and that was the first instance of me actually...
Probably like the, what were they called? People used to make like Miku dances and stuff. using the models. Like they had access to the models, or someone did something like that, and they would make like little concerts and stuff. Probably found those on YouTube.
Listening to music, which, as you know, was groundbreaking. I loved Hatsune Miku so much that in my senior year of English class, the teacher told us to write a PowerPoint presentation about anything we wanted. Most kids talked about like ending racism or recycling or something like that, but I decided my presentation was gonna be about our girl, Hatsune Miku.
I don't like that. I don't like how open-ended that assignment is. I need structure. What do you want me to talk about? Like, I need more information.
You know, just as morally important as ending racism and preventing global warming. Of course, I disguised it as a presentation about our hologram concert's gonna be the future of live music, but it was really just an excuse to gush about Miku because I desperately needed that outlet. I was a lonely child. Honestly, I'm not even sure how I mustered up the courage to do that presentation in the first place, because as the shy art girl who never talked to or hung out with anyone, it was a bold choice for me to talk about something considered so strange and nerdy at the time. I started my presentation and immediately was like, oh my god, what the hell am I doing talking about a holographic Japanese pop icon in front of my normie-ass classmates? I regret every moment I didn't stop myself from getting right here. After playing Miku's viral World Is Mine performance for the class, one of the like popular girls was like, that was cool, can we watch another? And I thought she was making fun of me, so I just sat back down. As much as I loved Miku back then, my anxiety got the better of me, and I slowly drifted away from her because I didn't want to feel like a social outcast. It's a dog-eat-dog world when you're a teenager, and you know it. We were all just trying to survive out there. I'm sorry, Miku. I was weak. Fast forward to current Jaiden. I've grown up a bit, am more sure of myself, learned some life lessons, am not surrounded by
Stop caring what people think.
self-conscious teenagers 24/7. I'm now sitting here in front of my computer screen with a choice. Should I choose to yet again repress myself from pursuing a niche and uncommon interest because of self-conscious fears? Or am I gonna choose self-healing and growth and allow myself to fully re-explore the world of a Japanese
It's called a hyperfixation. It's like a pitfall. Just T-pose for dominance and fall in backwards. You're fine.
virtual pop star to play DDR2? Crank up that Miku. I started downloading songs I listened to years ago, found some new ones. I was exploring and already getting more and more into the music I chose to leave behind out of fear years ago. I was flourishing, and that's how it began. I didn't know it back then, but this was the first step of a hyperfixation like no other I've experienced. Hatsune Miku was showing me the ways of truly enjoying music. I was playing her whenever I was in the car, consistently looking up new songs and artists to add to.
I'll give you, World Is Mine is very good. It is very good. And then there's the other one. Dun 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 dun. You can call me Miku. I don't remember what that's titled. It might just be titled Miku. I don't know. That one's also like a little bop. I like that one. I like the way that sounds too.
My playlist, even listening to her while I work.
Also, anything by Supercell. Awesome.
Work or play video games, which I pretty much
Popipo, also amazing. It's just about vegetables use.
Ever did. My world was changing, and it was all hers. This wasn't just the music either.
Popipo!
It was straight up about Hatsune Miku. I've never been a figure collector, but I started buying so many Miku figures I had to get a...
That is dangerous. There are so many Miku figures. I now have two. After not having any for years because I just couldn't find one that I cared for. Sleepless Panda, hello, or sleep, yeah, hello, welcome to Kitty Kindle, thanks for the follow. After going so long without having one because I couldn't decide on one that I liked, I now have two. One of them is a racing Miku, but it looks like she's traveling, and like I have that one because I was like traveling at the time, and I was like, yes, this is me, I am traveling. She's got like a little roller suitcase she's pulling behind her and stuff. She's in a little cute dress. Anyway.
Custom shelf in my office just to display them all. Dude, it's such a double-edged sword to be into Miku because the fan base is constantly being fed. New Miku this, new Miku that. Gorgeous figures are coming out like every month. What am I supposed to do? Not buy them? Every house needs to have at least one Miku. That's a feng shui rule. Also, a huge...
Also, the Chinese ones. They come out with some that are based like on like Chinese, I don't know, vibes. Like she's dressed in Chinese clothing and stuff. They're always so pretty. I don't know if you've ever seen them. I love them. They're some of my favorite ones. They are always so expensive. Like they are expensive. So I refuse to buy them. But yeah.
Oversight on my part, when I got my Miku shelf installed, I wanted it above my computer. It turned out great and displays them really well, but when I'm actually sitting at my desk and want to look up and admire my figures, all I see is accidental upskirt shots, and I feel so bad. I'm sorry, Miku, I'm not trying to disrespect you, I promise. It was a miscalculation on my part. So whenever I'm at my desk, I just don't look up. As most of you probably know, Pokemon invited Jacob and me to Japan to attend the Pokemon World Championships back in August. That was super fun, and the video of that trip should be up by now if I'd planned things correctly. If not, then oops. But Worlds also just so happened to overlap with Magical Mirai, also known as one of the biggest Hatsune Miku Expos and concerts ever. We had to go. Since getting super into Miku, it became one of my biggest dreams to see her live in concert. Who knows if we'd ever get this perfect of an opportunity again? What if she invites me backstage and we became friends? I immediately tried to get tickets, but couldn't figure out how the Japanese ticket system worked, so Emily ended up having to help me out. She was also the one who told me about the concert in the first place, so thank you, Emily, my hero, my savior. We got tickets, but not actually, because if you don't know, the way Japan does most of their online ticket systems is through a gacha. Yeah, random lottery. No matter how much money I was willing to hypothetically spend to get these tickets, at the end of the day, we were all just like those little numbered balls in that bingo spinner thing. Months pass as I eagerly await our fate. Then the email pops up in my inbox. I click it, scanning it way too quickly to understand any of the contents until my eyes catch it. Successfully obtained tickets.
Hey, how exciting.
We're gonna see Miku! Suddenly life had color again. This is what living feels like. Air tasted more pure. The sun was smiling, beaming even. I smiled back for the first time. Something smelled like toast. You have no idea how excited I was. I don't even understand why I love Hatsune Miku as much as I do, but she has become one of the pillars of my being. Let's jump to the day of the concert. Jacob and I are in Japan and are just about to arrive at the convention center. I remember looking out the window of the taxi, getting so excited to see people wearing their Miku shirts and kimonos, and they had Miku bags. I felt like I was finally around my people. We get there, walk into the convention center, and a blast of Hatsune Miku hits us. Giant Miku statues and posters, booths stocked with Miku merchandise, almost everyone dressed head to toe in Miku clothes. I saw people with Hatsune Miku suitcases to hold all the Miku things they were buying. I immediately wanted to run around and look at everything all at once. There were multiple times where Jacob lost me because I just started walking off in different directions like a Miku moth. We spent a few hours looking around and buying things. We spent a lot of money.
I do like
a Miku moth. We spent a few hours looking around.
I do like this version of Miku. I think this is the Magical Mirai version. This is based on something. I don't remember what exactly, but I do like it. I think it's really trendy and I think it's really cute. I would cosplay it, but I don't want to fucking make it. Like...
and buying things. We spent a lot of money, but eventually we started getting ready for the live concert. I was giddy with excitement at this point. She was gonna be right in front of me. We found our seats and dude, we were pretty damn close to the stage, especially for randomly selected seats. I couldn't believe how close we were gonna be to Hatsune Miku. I already knew going into it I was gonna cry frame one. If you didn't know, it's pretty standard to have special Miku glow sticks you can shake to the beat of whichever song is playing. You can even switch them to the coordinated color of whichever Vocaloid was on stage at the time. I've only learned about it from watching videos of concerts on YouTube thus far, and I gotta say, it was so fun to see people before the show warming up their arms and practicing their glow stick moves. They really take Hatsune Miku seriously, and I respect it so much.
It's more than just Hatsune Miku. I went to the first ever American Hololive concert, like Hololive EN concert. And they did the same fucking thing. Like so many people had the what are they? What are they called? King sticks? King something. King lights, I think. So many people had them, and like they would change the color of them for each girl, and like it was constant. It makes the concert you're at more magical, and more just like you're more involved. Even if you don't have them, I didn't have one, so like it just makes you feel more involved. It makes you feel like you're in a magical sea. Like it's amazing, and I really wish that was more American concert color. We're kind of getting it. Yeah, it was Hololive Connect the World. We're kind of getting it more currently. Like there's been more kind of concerts that are doing similar things with bracelets. Like specifically the Taylor Swift Eras Tour has these light up bracelets. And then like you have like stuff at Disney World where like if you have like a certain type of ears or like wand or whatever, it reacts and changes colors based on like the stuff. So we are getting more kind of into that technology on a Western side, but like not fast enough. That's my opinion. Not fast enough. I really wish it was more of a thing here. I think it brings so much good energy to any concert you go to. King Blade Light Stick, that's what it is. So it brings so much to the concert that you're at, because a lot of people end up, and like you'll go to a concert and you'll see people like waving their arms and like the same kind of beat. It's that, except they have this light stick in their hand that's glittery and glowing, and everyone's doing it, and you're looking around and there's hundreds of them or thousands of them all around you, and it just feels magical. It feels like you're among the stars. It's so great. I want more of that.
People were even quadruple wielding glow sticks. The record I personally saw was 6, like some sort of Miku Wolverine. It was a huge bummer though, because Jacob and I tried to buy some sticks of our own at the expo hall, but they were already sold out.
Yeah.
So we didn't have any. And it was kind of embarrassing. Soon enough, the Miku songs the venue was playing started getting louder,
yeah, like that.
And the house lights dimmed. And man, seeing the lights turn down and the teal glow of all the sticks emanating together to light up the room, honestly, it made me tear up. I don't even think I realized how much I loved Hatsune Miku until that moment, being completely surrounded by people who love her just as much and more than I do. This is what it's like to be into music, isn't it? To experience these moments being completely engulfed in a community, all connected by a single art. I get it now. It's beautiful. The room glowed Miku blue, and everyone was cheering and shaking their glow sticks, anticipating her appearance. All the Vocaloids were introduced one by one with text on the hologram screen. Mako, Luca, Kaito, Kagamine, Rin, and Len. And then Hatsune Miku. The crowd went ballistic. I could already feel myself holding back tears. A little digital poof explosion goes off, and there she was, right in front of us. She started singing, and Jacob and I were cheering and bouncing with the rest of the crowd. By the time she got a couple songs in, Jacob and I were definitely feeling left out for not having the glow sticks to shake. So we pulled out our Miku plushes to use in place of them, and that felt much better. By the end of the concert, Jacob was even dual wielding Mikus. After a few songs, Miku disappeared and the other Vocaloids played some of their songs. I honestly don't know them as well, so I wasn't too familiar with most of the songs they all played, but I was having a great time nonetheless. It was nice to not be fighting tears the whole time anymore as well. Then Miku came back and the concert continued on, and we learned some
just the people in front of her every time she does that.
Real nice glow stick moves, replaced with our Miku plushes, of course. There's the classic arm cheer on beat, the on beat off beat, the building cheer on.
Adopted Train, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Kitty
To
Kindle.
beat, even throw in the advanced building cheer onto double beat with a height. I'll say it, doing all those glow stick movements was honestly a really crazy arm workout.
Yeah,
like, we were
I
working
believe it.
biceps and shoulders for 2 hours straight. Imagine Beat Saber, but higher up in the posture with almost no breaks. And if you don't commit, then Hatsune Miku thinks you hate her. I wanted to mention that
she
in
doesn't.
Vocaloid
Hatsune Miku doesn't think anything. Calm down.
Concerts, obviously, they have a recording of the vocals because, you know. But all the other instruments were absolutely real. There was a live band playing all the songs for the entire set. In the middle of the concert, there was even a nice little appreciation moment showcasing all the band members by name, accompanied by a little solo they got to play. I'm a big bass fan and would love to learn how to play it one day. And I know bass players get super neglected because everyone wants to watch the cool guitar players, so I gave extra attention to them.
Tell that to Fall Out Boy and Fall Out Boy fans.
Miku bass player. They definitely noticed me cheering for them, probably because I could tell everyone was watching the guitar players and I was the only one actually looking at them. And the bass player smiled super wide and raised his bass to me, and I just thought that was a nice moment. Appreciate your bass players, guys. They need it. Anyway, the concert went on. There were awesome lasers and sparklers, fun costume changes from all the Vocaloids, great set list. Shout out to the guy in front of us that was there with his girlfriend and definitely more excited to be there than she was. Finally, it came to the encore. We had to convince Miku to play one more song. You know how, at least in America, people are cheering and screaming for an encore? Well, Japan is like so quiet and polite. They were saying it like a suggestion. It was so quiet. Kind of just a long session of applause with a whisper of Miku. Miku. Like, if I were Hatsune Miku, I would have questioned if they even wanted the encore in the first place. Also, we were asking for the encore for like 5 minutes straight.
Yeah.
I was fully
They make you wait. Like, it takes a minute.
convinced she had left the building. But she came out for her last song. It was a blast. She was in her magical Mirai outfit for the year. And it was over. I've only gone to one other concert in my entire life, and it was because a friend in college had an extra ticket and invited me along. I didn't even know the band at the time. It was some random group called Fall Out Boy or something.
Listen, I just went to the Fall Out Boy concert, and it was lit. I'm a little sad that I didn't get to go when they were playing with Green Day. I did go with Jimmy Eat World. I used to listen to Jimmy Eat World, so it was fine, but I feel like Green Day would have been a little bit more hype. But it was such a good concert. Like, it was so good.
But I could have been to 1,000 concerts and still say this was the best one I've ever been to. I loved the energy, I loved how passionate and excited everyone was to be there, and I loved Hatsune Miku, and still do. I want to go to so many more of her concerts. It was a great event for me, and I want to relive it again and again. You might think it's weird, or you don't get it. It's just a hologram robot girl, right? That's totally fine. If you can't find it in Vocaloid, I hope everyone has the opportunity to connect with or find a community to enjoy like I have with Hatsune Miku, because moments like that concert are so incredible and I feel so lucky to have been there. I just want everyone to experience something like that in their lifetime. Getting into Vocaloid can be a bit intimidating, so for anyone that wants to give Miku a try or is just looking for a playlist of some of my favorite Vocaloid songs, I'm putting a link to a Miku playlist I've made and actively listened to in the description and probably the comments too. If I can convert at least a few people into Miku fans, that's a win in my book. I hope you enjoy. I am off to apply for more tickets to another Miku concert. Bye-bye.
Right. So what's currently happening is the 2024 Miku Expo is currently happening. And there's drama. So I'm going to show you. Let me see if I can find some clips of. Yeah, okay. Let me find freaking Miku for starters. Okay, this is Miku Expo 10th anniversary 2022. This shit started in 2012, okay? 10 years of this, basically. This is gonna get DMCA'd, I'm sorry. Okay. You guys might not super notice, But like, it looks like she's a person on this stage, right? Like it looks like she's dancing on this trussing, kind of. Like, she looks like she's there for the most part. For the sake of DMCA, like, look at the screen. Look at how the screen's going. I'm going to mute it. She looks good. She looks like she's really there. It's impressive. You know, you've got this weird side shot. Oh, hold on. I just want to... I went too far. Okay. This, you can kind of see it. Do you see these lights back here? Because they're important. These lights, like specifically this very bright light, but they're all kind of pointed at her, right? That is because to make Miku look like she's actively a hologram that is physically here, they have... Damn it, I went too far again. They have basically her projected on an acrylic see-through screen that has a film on it, and I'm about done with it. And they've got 3 to 5 projectors projecting on this screen. Okay, so that it looks like she is physically there, and a hologram. Okay, so she's being projected on a screen, right? That's important. They've been doing that for 11 years. Bear with me. So that's what's been happening for 11 years. They have projecting her so she looks like a hologram, okay? This year, they decided to mess with the formula. And you're thinking, they've been doing this for 12 years, right? So obviously, they're going to do something even better, right? They're going to make it better, right? What is this? What is this? This is an LCD screen. This is a video wall. That's a video wall. It's not even really blended in the stage. You can very much tell she's a video played on a big TV. Tickets went up to over $200 this year. And she's not a hologram anymore. She's a video played on a screen. And historically, she has had a band that tours with her. A very specific band that, because they have live music, you can see the band here. There's a very specific band that tours with her. Instead, they decided they'll just get local bands. And for a while, the bands were hidden. They weren't up here where you could easily see them. They were kind of like in the back, so you couldn't really see them, and that upset a lot of people. And so when enough people complained, they moved the bands up. But again, this is not the band that tours with her historically. It is like more local bands or other bands. And people are really upset, and they kind of just like, yeah, we hear you. We hear your complaints. We're not changing anything this year. Thanks for support. And like, so it's like, why aren't you changing it? Because the price of these screens, so like the acrylic screens, right? You need 3 of them. 3 to 5, depending on how big you want it. But 3 to 5 screens you need. And they have dropped in price dramatically over 12 years, right? They're a lot cheaper than they were. Because they used to be like $70,000 a piece, and you need a minimum of 3 pieces. Now they're cheaper. You do need a film that you put on it to capture like the projection, so the projector doesn't go straight through it. But I'm just like, how why would you do this? I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it was Miku Fest or if it was Magical Mirai. One of the big Miku concerts in Japan did a video wall as well, but they blended it with the stage. So people were kind of aware, like, oh, they changed it, but it was blended with the stage, so it looked more like she was dancing on the stage, as opposed to there is obviously a screen here, like a television screen here. If you don't know what a video wall is, it is basically like a big television screen. You can get them in different sizes. They're like individual like squares of LEDs, kind of like LED screens or whatever, that kind of like snap together to make a bigger like screen. That's kind of what rental houses are going towards. Like, they no longer really do projectors or projection screens. Projectors, by the way, old technology is still super fucking expensive. What's that about? I have opinions. Why is it so expensive for me to get a projector that's worth anything? Oh my God. But they're now going toward these projectors, like these video walls instead. Instead of projectors, they're going toward video walls. So I'm like, they very much decided to cut costs. They increased the price of tickets and decided, we'll just rent a video wall from every rental house in every single like concert location we go to. And I'm like, I would feel crushed if this was like my first Miku Expo. Like, this was the one I was able to go to, and there's all this hype, and like I've known what it's looked like since 2012. I would just be crushed as if this is what I was given after spending over $200 on a ticket. I went to Fallout Boy and sat very close to the front of the stage. I didn't pay $200 for that ticket. Like, are you serious? Are you out of your minds? I would be so upset. And then the way they have handled like merchandising as well has also been just terrible. So everybody wants, you can see here, everyone's got these like the King Blades, right? Everyone's got them. Not everybody, obviously, but like a lot of people have them because that's the type of culture these types of concert has. So the video wall borders, they have lit up. They have put lights around the borders so you can't not see it. And I guess that's them trying to camouflage it because they put a bunch of other like lights. Like, I guess they're trying to pretend like this isn't a video wall because they have all of these like other lights everywhere. I don't know. It didn't work. But they would like only have like 95 to 100 of those King Blades to sell at their merch table for a concert that has hundreds of people that have bought tickets for it. So they didn't handle merchandising well at all. They would constantly sell out immediately of their like biggest item that people want, which are those freaking King Blades. I don't know. It was a mess. And I feel like they're just going to continue with this. Like, I think they're going to continue with the video wall because they're not saying anything about going back. They did it in Japan before they started the Miku Expo tour. People were really upset. They were like, this concert in Japan had a video wall, but Miku Expo has always historically had like the projection screen. So like, it should be fine, right? And then they start seeing, oh no, it's the video wall in every concert. And they're like, well, maybe there was like a rumor going around that the screens were at Coachella. And so there's like, okay, after any concert after Coachella, we'll have the screens instead of the video wall. Nope. Coachella had the video wall. Every concert in North America and Europe, it has the video wall. And it's just like, fucking sucks. I think that's going to be the new norm. I really do. I don't think they're going to go back, which sucks. I'm like, why? You've increased the cost of your tickets. Why are you decreasing the quality of the show that you're giving? I really don't understand. Like, I legitimately do not understand. But what do I know? I don't run, like, Miku Expo. They're definitely making money. So, you know, they're doing something. Anyway.